Welcome back to another episode of Whip Media TV. I'm your host, Whip Media Mickey, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to the channel, you know what to do to the channel. Subscribe right now. Join the Vibe Tribe. Let's get it. Okay, on today's episode, I cover the grass is greener syndrome. So Vibe Tribe, have you ever heard of the grass is greener syndrome? It's from the cliche, the grass is always greener on the other side, and many relationships have ended because of this. We should not take this lightly, because the impact of this syndrome can devastate and be full of regrets. See, the meaning of the grass is greener revolves around the idea that we're missing something better. How does this realization happen? This is when a person focuses on what is missing rather than what they have. A person may show the grass is greener syndrome in their career, the status of living, and relationships. Did you know that the gigs is often found in relationships and is one of the leading cause of breakups? How do we define the grass is greener syndrome in relationships? The grass is greener in relationship syndrome is when a person decides to leave the relationship even though they're doing well as a couple, just because they believe that they deserve better. It's also called gigs, or grass is greener syndrome, because the main problem lies with the person who leaves the relationship or the dumper. Most of the time, it will be too late when the dumper realizes that the grass isn't always greener on the other side. So Vibe Tribe, here's 5 major causes of grass is greener syndrome. So why would a seemingly healthy relationship turn into something toxic and sad? How does a person change and start showing signs of the grass is greener syndrome? Well, first of all, the grass is greener syndrome in marriage or a partnership. One thing is common, the problem is with the dumper, or the person who ends the relationship. In most cases, a person thinks that the grass is always greener syndrome occurs because of severe insecurities. It could be that the person already has been dealing with insecurities and then something happens that takes a toll and starts a toxic mindset that ultimately destroys the relationship. These emotions or situations could be the cause of the grass is greener syndrome. Number 1, low self-esteem from work or physical appearance. Number 2, stress due to work, money, or other problems. Number 3, fear of commitment or a traumatic past. Number 4, fear making a mistake from their own decisions. And number 5, emotionally unstable or the dreaded feeling of not being good enough. See, if a person is battling with these emotions, it would be easier for them to get swayed and start thinking that maybe somewhere there's something better for them. Comparing your relationship and achievement could ultimately lead to the grass is greener syndrome stages. Every day, they will compare their relationship, and instead of being grateful for what they have, they focus on what's missing. Just thinking, maybe there is someone out there perfect for me, then I'll be able to achieve this too. How could your relationship thrive if you're focused on what's missing instead of what you have? So you're asking yourself, how long would a grass is greener relationship last? What if a person starts showing the grass is greener syndrome in dating or marriage? Can it still be saved? How long would it last? The grass is greener syndrome, men and women are just the same. They focus on what they see in other couples and start envying them. One might start nagging, being distant, or cheat. But one thing is for sure, this destroys the relationship. Have you ever felt like you're missing out on something? Maybe you're asking yourself, is the grass greener on the other side of relationships? Number 1, you can't stop comparing. We're the same age as my best friend, and they already own a car and a new home. We're still trying to pay off our last loan. To be happy is to be content with what you have. But how can you do that if your only focus is everything that you don't have? If you continue to look at the things that you and your partner don't have in your life or relationship, what do you expect? By always comparing, then you will never be good enough. Your relationship will never be good enough. You will always see something that you don't have, and that's what kills your relationship. Soon, you'll become irritated with your work, finances, and partner. You think you've chosen the wrong person, and that your life isn't the one you have imagined. Number 2, choosing to run away from reality. When you're focused on the other side, the side you think is greener, you lose interest in your present. 3, feeling you've made the wrong choice. See, the grass is greener syndrome of an ex-girlfriend and what her life is like now is another form of this mindset. If I chose her, maybe we're both enjoying a monthly overseas vacation and luxurious drinks. Wow, I chose the wrong person. Sadly, the mindset of a person with gigs thinks like this. Number 4, you find yourself always complaining. Seriously, why can't you be more passionate about your work? Maybe you already have your own company by now. Just look at your best friend. A person who has the grass is greener syndrome regrets everything around their life and relationship. They will fill their lives with complaints, the feeling of being irritated, and the dreadful thought of being trapped in a life they don't want. Temptation can rule over your rational thinking, and in the end, you get trapped with your own impulsive and bad decisions. Gigs.